Hi friends, so as you can tell by the title, today we are going to be chatting about money. Now, a lot of people don't like talking about money. I don't really care about talking about money. I am nosy about other people's situation with money, especially when they don't want to talk about it. So it's like, tell me, I want to know. And I don't care about talking about money. I said it to Nick, he doesn't care if I talk about our money because our money is joint. So a little bit, I do have a list here. Wait. A list here I just wrote down because I have refilmed this video. This will be number 6 because I'm just rambling way too much. So I got dot points this time. Hopefully I stick to my dot points, just kind of like now I'm talking too much. So first of all, before I get into the nitty-gritty money side of things, a rundown if you don't know us personally. If you're new here, then hi, my name is Gabby, or if you aren't new here, you have followed along but you still don't really know much about mine or Nick's situation, let's do a rundown. So I'm 29, he's 30. I think our situation is very rare, to be honest, given our ages, late 20s, early 30s. And wait, I'm not 29. I'm 28. I'm turning 29. I still got a few months of my being 28 though. Oh, let's not skip the gun. So yeah, I still got a few months of being 28. I'm not 29 yet. So I'm 28, he is 30. And it's the two of us. We are not married. We do plan on getting eloped on our honeymoon. That's something we've always said we want to do. But again, when it comes to money and financials, like, it'll be nice, of course, but there's things that for right now is nicer, and we'll prefer to put our money in those situations or those things more than just us having our elopement and honeymoon. I mean, trust me, when that happens, it's going to be dang magical. So I don't care waiting, honestly, probably like another 5 years at least for that. A lot of people might think, why even get married? I've been with him since I was 15, considering I'm almost 29, which means I'm almost 30. I've been with him for almost half my life, which is kind of really crazy to say that and whatever, but it is what it is, and obviously I'm very happy that it is. And yeah, so I do want to get married just so like we share the same last name. And then this is my next thing, is we don't have a kid. It is just 2 of us, but when we do have a kid, if that does happen for us, we have been trying to conceive on and off. I felt like there was something on my face. We have been trying to conceive on and off for the past 6.5 years now, so I don't know. But some days I get into moods where I'm like, I'm fine with it just being the 2 of us, like maybe we don't need to have a child. And then other days I do get a little bit upset, and it's like, oh, I just like think of like, what would it look like? I want to say it because obviously I don't know if it's a girl or boy. We are definitely dead set on one. He's always kind of wanted one. I wanted like 4 but just not realizing the journey that we're gonna experience, that we've been dealt with. I just want one. I think as soon as that happens, that will literally be a little miracle baby, and that'll be so content, so happy and content. Anyway, that has nothing to do, see what I mean? I'm talking too much. That has nothing to do with what we're doing. But I did want to mention that we don't have any kids, because a lot of people assume our age that we have kids, and obviously kids cost money, which comes into the money and the payday routine that we are about to get into. So yeah. Oh, and I said, although Nick and I aren't married, so like I said, we've been together since I was 15. We started living together since I was almost 18, so I was still 17. And from day one, we have combined our money. We've always combined our income, our money. That's just how it is. It's so normal. Yeah, from day one, we just shared income straight away, which again is very unusual, especially being teenagers and having a setup like that. But that's what's worked. And like I said, now almost, well, we've just celebrated our 13-year anniversary, so 13 years later, it's still working just as good as it did back then for us. So speaking of money that we are combining, we are both on casual employment. He works as a commercial cleaner, I work as a kitchen assistant, and yeah, we're both on casual. So our hourly pay rate is higher than obviously if you're working full-time or part-time, but we are also a couple that enjoy traveling. We do book time off quite often throughout the year. Or actually, we wish we booked it off more often than we actually do. Especially last year, we did very minimal traveling, which was unfortunate. The year prior to that was okay, still not as much as we want to do, but it's a work in process, okay? So hopefully this year though, we will be booking off more time, experiencing more travel, and travel as in not like overseas or things. Like, we've got our vehicle, so our main financial goal for 2023 was to purchase the car, which we did, which is a D22 Navara 2008. I feel like I said those numbers and words backwards, but whatever. So that's what we have, if that has any interest to you, I don't know. So that was our financial goal for there, so we got that. Last year was doing it up, which we have, but we do have a video on that if you do want to see our car and how we have it set up. But that'll cost money, and that was pretty much the goal last year, was to set the car up. So now this year we get to travel. Not necessarily more, well, it is going to be more, but we'll get to our goals in just a little bit. So yeah, sorry, see, I'm talking too much. Casual employment. So in saying that we do want to travel and things like that, being on casual, we need to also save up for our own annual leave, essentially, because obviously if we're not working, we don't get any pay at all. Now, I also get paid weekly, he gets paid fortnightly. So we got a small week and a big week. Pretty much the same thing. Same thing happens with when our money comes in, the routine that we do with the money. So we have 5 categories for our expenses, and in the small week we only do 3. So we do 3 things weekly. It happens every single week. In the big week we do 5, so we do the same 3 things plus the extra 2 are done as a fortnightly thing. And we've done it this way because if I were to fall sick, or if he were to fall sick, our 2 main things, which is rent and bills, that's the thing that we do fortnightly rather than weekly. Then on our big pay, if he were to fall sick, say 5 days, he's still got the whole other week plus my whole week. We can afford things, because again, being casual, both of us, if one of us were to fall sick, we don't get any sick leave, we get nothing. If we're not working, we don't get anything. Otherwise, the rest is weekly, because it just works like that. So weekly we do groceries, fuel and buffer. So groceries, we have about $200 to $250 budget. Fuel, we do $50. If the car will not take $50 of fuel, if we didn't use, because again this is weekly, if we didn't use enough fuel for that week, we'll still take that $50 out and we'll put that in our cash envelope, and that will build up. So like last year we done a complete spontaneous trip to Port Lincoln, which is just over 3 hours drive, to go to Bunnings, just general shopping and to get some takeaway there. They've got Zambreros there, we don't have that here. So yeah, purely for burritos and Bunnings, and then we came all the way back, and that's going to cost fuel more than our regular $50. So again, if the car won't accept the $50, like say if it's 3/4 full, we don't have bonus money, we just take that money out, put it in a cash envelope. So then if we end up driving a whole lot more than we usually do, which that only happens if we actually do day trips somewhere, then we have excess money to cover for the fuel. And again, it's kind of investing in our hobbies, because I don't want us to have like today would have been a really great example, to be honest, but we had our groceries delivered right in the middle of the day. But today would have been a really nice day to go to. I really want to go to Red Banks Beach. We haven't explored that yet. That's been on our radar to do. We've just been waiting for a nice day to do it, and today would have been perfect, but like I said, the groceries. But we don't want a perfect day to come and then we'll be like, oh, we don't have enough fuel to like actually go there and back. So regardless, $50 a week for fuel, whether if the car will take it. So if it's like half a tank or less, we try not make it down empty. But yeah, generally if it's half a tank, we'll put $50 in, and if it's like 3/4 of a tank where $50 will not fit in, like we'd get change rather than just filling it up and getting change, it'll go in the envelope for, yeah. So that's on a weekly basis. I feel like I talked too much about that. Yeah, so groceries, $200, $250 each week. I hate going out midweek for ingredients. So if we forgot an ingredient, well, tough shit. You can make that meal or whatever the week after. We have to remember to get that ingredient. We always have more meats and meals ready in the freezer, so that will be fine. And if we do run out of things like milk, because I am a coffee addict and I love my coffees and I don't like black coffee, so I do need milk for my coffee. Instead of popping to the actual store, I will just go to a servo, because then I'm literally just getting the milk that I need and walking out, rather if I were to pop into a grocery store just for milk, I get more than just milk and we don't really need more, so I try to avoid that. We get our groceries delivered online from Coles lately. Every now and then I do have an itch of actual physically wandering the supermarket, and when I do have that itch and do feel like doing that, it's generally Aldi, just because I do know Aldi is definitely cheaper. So if I were to save money, I should do Aldi each week. But for the convenience of doing it online and getting it delivered, like, I'm willing to pay that little bit extra, especially because Nick mainly does it when it's online shopping, so there's just even less I have to do, which has been great. But yeah, I do also enjoy like doing it myself every now and then. And yeah, like I said, if I want to go out to the supermarket, for the whole week, it will be at Aldi. But again, we do groceries weekly rather than fortnightly, because fresh fruit, produce, veggies, whatever, dairy products is better to top up each week rather than the whole fortnight. Things will go bad. Even if you keep things like a cabbage and the carrots for at the end of the fortnight, I don't know, it's just like boring, or you don't feel like it. It's less variety. And I always feel like because it's so much food at once, we get like too excited. Like, we're little chunky monkeys, we like our food, okay? So there's more days at the end of that period where we're like, oh, we got nothing to eat and we're running out, and then we're door dashing or we're just getting takeaways, and again, more money, more bad foods, more bad habits, more things that doesn't need to be happening. Whereas weekly shopping, if we're getting like, so we get groceries tomorrow and whatever, so it's fine. Like, it just works so much better. It's a less stress. It's something so minor, but it does add less stress to our budget, to our lifestyle. So yeah, groceries is weekly. And then, like I mentioned, for the third thing, so fuel we went through, and the third thing is a buffer. So we have a $100 buffer each week. So essentially, we don't have a joint bank account set up. I do want to do that eventually, but again, it's one of those things that's like, we'll do it later. I get paid, Nick gets paid, we both get paid on the same, again, I'm weekly, he's fortnightly, but it happens on the same night, which is very handy. So we'll have whatever remaining in our bank account left over from our buffer. Then I get paid, he gets paid if it's both of our pay week. And then that's our total amount. We do all of our expenses, and then we spend if there's anything we need to spend on. And then the rest we take out, we do all of our expenses, we leave $100 for a buffer, we spend if there's anything we need to spend on, and then the rest, leaving that $100 in, comes out in cash and gets saved in cash for our financial goal. Because again, if it transfers to a saving account in our bank, just transfer it back. Like, so much money we were spending on DoorDash because it was too easy. It was too convenient to be like, we can just borrow $50 and order this. We can just do that. And then our groceries are going bad. We're feeling like yucky because of how much bad food we were consuming. I wasn't doing my meal prep and planning and things because it's like, I'll do it later, and then the food will go off or bad. And our savings, we'll dip in, and then we'll only put back a little bit, and then we'll dip in more, and it wasn't working. So it definitely works for us to take our money out in cash, and then we just don't touch it. It's out of sight, out of mind, literally. So yeah, that's on small pay. Big pay is the exact same, so still $200 to $250 in groceries. Still $50 in fuel. Like I said, if the card doesn't need to take it, then we still take that out cash, and that goes into our fuel, or it's labeled as travel, cash envelope. Still $100 in buffer. And what a buffer is as well, by the way, is so at the end of our pay cycle, we'll have $100 left in the bank. So our subscriptions come out, or our car insurance comes out automatically, things like that. So we pay $31 and whatever cents for car insurance a fortnight, which comes on the smaller pay week, but whatever, we got that $100 buffer, so I don't even have to think about it. I pay for Canva to do my thumbnails. Nick pays for YouTube Music because he enjoys listening to his music ad-free. We don't do any like Netflix, what's the other one? Stan, Disney Plus, things like that, because we're just not movie watchers. If our form of entertainment is YouTube, we go towards YouTube. We prefer to watch real people doing real things, real life, and their view on their life. I don't know. That's just our form of entertainment rather than just a movie or whatever. Occasionally, like twice a year, we want to watch movies, so we will get Netflix, and as soon as we get it, we will cancel it, so we do have it for that month, and we'll literally use it for that one day that we decide to get it. But we do have that buffer for, like I said, the YouTube Music, Canva, anything else, which isn't much, comes out. And then if we do have like a really like can't be asked kind of day, we can order pizza or whatever, and generally there's enough to do that once a week in our buffer as well. And then again, we'll get paid. So whatever remaining on buffer, say it's $30. So that's already in there. I'll get paid. Nick will get his pay. And then we start the whole thing again. So it's not like ending with 130 buffer. It's still back to just $100 for a buffer for the following week. Regardless how much it was in there, because that kind of all adds up to the income. So I think we are up to talking about now our bigger pay. So our bigger pay is both Nick's whole fortnight pay and then just my regular week pay. Also, I forgot to mention when I was talking about our employment, although we are casual, we are both part-time hours. So we both average 20 to 30 hours a week. And again, being casual, I feel like this is blurry. And yeah, again, with us being casual, it's different each week, week by week. We don't work full-time. Neither one of us has an interest of working full-time. Neither one has ever worked full-time. And that's okay. It's not normal, which is weird. I think people that want to work full-time, stuff that, man. I think that's weird. Although that's what society portrays as normal. You grow up, you become an adult, you get a full-time job. Nope, not here. So yeah, although we're working casual, we do both have part-time hours. I just wanted to mention that. Anyway, so with our big pay, so it's our regular same 3 that we do each week, regardless if it's a small pay or big pay, which is our $250 of groceries, $50 for fuel, regardless if it doesn't need it, it comes out into cash. And then, and that's still fuel money for if we want to go out somewhere for a spontaneous trip or a planned trip, regardless. And then our buffer is $100 at the end. That is how much we leave in our bank at the end. And then, so big pay as well, the 2 extras is the 2 main things is rent and bills. Because I believe I did already say this at the start. Like I said, I've already said these words so many times, I've lost track. But in case we were to fall sick, one of us or both of us were to get sick, at least there's like 3 weeks worth in this pay to pay for the rent and bills, because it's like my 1 week and then his 2 weeks, so it's 3 weeks worth of income to make sure the bills are paid and the rent's paid. And if we were to get sick, we're not going to get sick for 3 weeks, hopefully, or technically within 2 weeks, for the whole 2 weeks. So yeah, because they are the more important things, rather than we used to do it weekly, and then when I got sick and that pay was just my week pay, but then I wasn't at work and I got paid like $60 for working a couple of hours, or technically it'd be more than that, but whatever. Obviously we couldn't afford to do things, so we do that now. The 2 main important things, rent and bills, separate. Also to note, saving wise, we do have a $1,000 buffer purely for Luna. So if anything were to happen to her, if she needs an emergency trip to the vet, if it's just a general trip to the vet, we'll just pay that from our bills. But if it's something more expensive, we don't have pet insurance, just because now it is just Luna and she's an indoor cat. She seems very healthy. I was thinking about her age just before. She's either 10 turning 11 or she is 9, 10, 10. I feel like she's 10. I think she's 10 and she's turning 11 this year. So, yeah, we don't have pet insurance or anything, but we do have $1,000 saved up purely for her, for if anything were to happen. So we pay $400 into our bill account each fortnight, and that is paying for actual bills, our electricity, our water, our internet. Obviously the subscription services, some people do consider that as actual bills. Again, that's covered with our weekly buffer, so that doesn't really matter. So yeah, I think, yeah, our bills are just literally like things connected to the house. The electric, the water, the internet. Car servicing actually comes out of our bills because we put so much money, like $400 a fortnight, and when bills come in and we pay the bills, that money is accumulating more money. Like, we're putting more money aside for the bills than what we're using or that we need for the bills, if that makes sense. So that is like a slow building accumulation thing. So when our car needs a service, it can get out the bills. Like I said, if anything were to happen to Lena, if she does need the vet, more than likely it will come out the bills. Honestly, although we put $400 aside, we were in a routine once a week. We were getting takeaway. We didn't budget for takeaway, it just came out of the bills. So we'll put 400 in, 50 bucks comes out for a takeaway, which obviously not ideal, but we are honestly on day 3 of a new little diet weight loss journey again. We just need structure, because if we don't with our eating habits and we just enjoy the foods, we are gaining weight. Anyway, that's a whole nother subject, but we aren't dipping in. We won't be. We haven't and we won't be again. It's only day 3, but we don't have any intentions to dip in our bills for DoorDash each week. So that's very nice. And yeah, so that is what our money goes on. So once all of our 5 expenses are paid, or 3 expenses are paid, depending if it's a small week or the bigger week, we spend on whatever we need or want to spend money on. We did do this week. So we order from Amazon the Redmond grill salt. We needed some more of that. We also have been taking Shilajit gummies. We needed more of that, which I found on 35 bucks on Amazon, where we've been paying over 100. But there's a lot of like fake gummies out there, so we're kind of like hesitant with the price, thinking it might be fake, but also maybe not, because it's come from Amazon. But it's also a vitamin that isn't like certified in a way, so maybe that's an easy way to sell fakes because it's not certified. I don't know, but either way, we needed salt. I saw them for that cheap on there. The Shilajit gummies. I wanted pom-poms. I'm into crochet now, and I want to make myself some beanies, well, not for myself but also to sell. I'm slowly getting up my inventory to launch my own crochet website, and yeah, we're not in autumn winter yet, but obviously I need to start thinking and making and planning those products to then launch in hopefully autumn my website. And it's mainly amigurumi, which is plushies, but also like I'll do a little bit of other things, and beanies is going to be fun to do. And I just generally want my own beanie. Nick's requested a beanie from me, so I did get some pom-poms. Oh, and fridge. I got a couple of fridge storage containers, because that now brings us, oh, hang on, I'm getting too excited now. So we spent that money, which was just over $100 on Amazon in total. So we got paid. This is the small pay, by the way. So we got paid. We done our 3 expenses. I spent that money because, again, salt we kind of need. That's the salt we agreed to purchase and to use. The Shilajit gummies we need. The pom-poms for my business I need. And the containers, that's a want, but like I really want it, so it's fine. And then the rest of the money gets taken out into cash, and we save it for our financial goals. And financial goals for 2025 is, first one, a fridge. And I'm getting really excited because we are in January, right at the end of January. It's the date 29th or 30th of January. Next week, so it'll be in February, but start of February, next week, there is a very high potential that we can tick off our very first financial goal, which is buying a brand new fridge. So the fridge we currently have now is a tiny, tiny little Samsung fridge. Like, our nephew's got a fridge for their bedroom, and I think it's bigger than the fridge we have for our house. So it's very, very small. When I bought a fridge when we first moved out, I wanted high ratings so it'd be cheaper to run. But overall, little money, so then it's a little size fridge, and it still works, it's fine. We are going to use it as a backup / drinks fridge. So thankfully it's not broken, but my gosh, I want some space in the fridge. It is so small. So, and I just want something nice. I want something big. I want to open up the 2 doors and have a very big drawer and have more freezer space inside. We do have a chest freezer outside in our laundry. We've got outdoor laundry. So we do have that, that's fine. But like, especially in the winter, I don't want to go outside in the cold to get things from the freezer. Like, I just want it all inside, all in a nice fridge. So our budget for that was $2,000. Originally was $4,000 for the fridge that I wanted. And then I've been window shopping at fridges for a while and I saw there's one on clearance currently for, I think it's like $1,800, and I much prefer that style and the sleekness of it too. Like, the handles aren't chunky. The original $4,000 one I wanted, it had chunky handles, and that's the thing, like, I really didn't like about it. But this one that's on clearance, it has been on clearance for like 6 months now, and I'm so nervous because I'm like, the last time we checked was maybe 3 weeks ago. It wouldn't even be a month ago. And it was still in stock, still on clearance. Actually, the clearance was a little bit cheaper now. I think it's about $1,500. But I'm like, now I'm gonna have the money for it next week. It's probably gonna be gone, and because it's clearance, like, obviously not gonna get it back. So hopefully we can tick it off. But we also saved up a little bit extra so we can do like a really nice big restock. So extra groceries to restock. And like I said, I've just ordered some containers from Amazon to make it all cute and organized and just like aesthetic. I want it aesthetic. I want it all fresh, all clean, just new feeling, big space. Oh, I'm excited. So that's our first financial goal for this year, and hopefully it's in stock. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to be like, oh well, this is our budget or whatever, we get this. If it means that if it's sold out and we can't get the fridge that I want next week, then we'll just save. Whether we'll do our next financial goal, which is a brand new TV. TV we got now is a Senyon. Have you ever heard of that? So my brother, this is a hand-me-down from my brother, his TV from when we very first moved out. Which again, we moved out when I was 17. Me and Nick moved out when I was 17. I'm now 28, almost 29. And this is the same TV, and he handed it down because he upgraded because this was too outdated for him. And I don't know, to me a TV is a TV. It is pretty grainy now, I suppose, in comparison to other TVs. And it is a bit chunky for a flat screen TV because, again, given its age. But it's more so now we got it on our financial list because the audio is starting to like go a little funny. It doesn't happen all the time, but when it happens, it's like, ooh, it's kind of ooh. So we are going to get a new TV. We both do want something a little bit bigger, not so chunky in the thick black border around the screen. That's all I really care about. Brands and specs and things, I don't know. I don't understand that. I don't care about it. Nick's not even that big into it, but he can choose that. I got choice on the fridge. He's got choice on the TV. I mean, like I said, we both kind of like the same. I don't even think you can buy a TV this chunky anymore anyway. I just don't think they make them like that. So that's fine. So that's our second saving goal. And then our final saving goal for this year is to get us a little puppy. So we both want a sand or cream, depending where you are, depends on what they're called, coloured miniature dachshund. That's so cute. But also, having the puppy, there is, I believe with my research, which has been, I don't know, in a couple months, and I'm like not researching and searching every single day, but there is no, as far to my current knowledge, no breeders for that set colour of dachshund in our state, so we will have to travel interstate for it. So we road trip, which is so exciting because, again, we built our car purely to travel and to do road trips, day trips, camping trips, whatever. And to be able to do that, to collect our puppy and to go interstate. And it'll be mine and Nick's first time interstate together. I've been interstate a few times with my family, like in my childhood on holidays. Nick's never been interstate, so it'll be just such a fun time, and obviously we'll make more of a trip of it than just getting a puppy and go back. We'll probably explore as we're going up. I don't know how long. We haven't like fully planned it, but that is our last main financial goal for 2025. Yeah, is a puppy. And the puppy itself is about $3,000 to $4,000 because of the colorway. It is more of a rarer colorway in a mini Dachshund. So yeah, so she's gonna be a pretty penny. But yeah, that's it. So yeah, for us to achieve these financial goals, once again we get paid, we do our either 3 or 5 expenses, we buy whatever. Most of the weeks we're not buying anything. This week, literally yesterday, it did full on, okay, I'm gonna do an Amazon order like I said. Most weeks we don't buy anything. So as soon as we do our expenses, we just withdraw our money from the bank and it goes up to savings, whatever's remaining, and that always changes again because our income always changes. And then if we do decide to buy something, I'm trying to think, we went to Mitre 10 like 2 or 3 weeks ago because Nick wanted something. I don't even remember what it was, but he wanted something from there, so it's like whatever. I do the crochet like I said. If I need some more yarn, which Christmas has stocked me up, so it's fine, or some eyes, it's just $10 here or there, whatever. We're not ridiculous in spendings. We don't go out. We are homebodies, so that helps. And yeah, that's just, it works for us. Between each financial goal as well, I should say. So as soon as we officially complete one financial goal, which hopefully next week will be the last chunk of money we need for this fridge, we'll buy the fridge. The following week, week as well, I suppose, we will do our expenses and then we'll completely split the money. So we will have like a couple of $100 or a few $100 each lump sum for our pure spending money, because we don't have pocket money anymore throughout the weeks or things like that. So like I said, we kind of buy what we kind of want, not even like want, like we don't want something and boom, we go buy it. But once we've wanted something for long enough where it's justifiable, or if it is, again, something to do with our hobby, it's not big ticket items, but in between each financial goal, we do like to split completely the money remaining after before we start saving again. So then we do have some money in our own bank accounts for purely spending on whatever we want. It doesn't matter. So that is one thing to note, is that's what we do, and again, that works for us. Otherwise, that's pretty much our payday routine. That's what we do each pay, going in, going out. We successfully done all of our financial things for the last 2 years. This will be 3 years doing this payday routine. And also we get paid late on a Tuesday night. We don't generally do our groceries on the Wednesday, get them delivered on the Thursday. And it's just nice. Like, we divvy out the money like we said, but because we don't use the bank, once we've done the groceries, I've transferred money for the bills, and because we just generally aren't spending, or if we are spending, we just kind of spend it on the payday or the day after anyway. We don't really use our bank, check our bank, and then once the groceries have been done and the money comes out, that's when I'll go out to the ATM, withdraw the rest of the money, leaving $100 in there. We're not waiting for the next payday, if that makes sense. Like, we're not the day prior, but like, oh, hurry up payday, or on payday and constantly check. We have lived like that, and it's awful. It is so much added stress. And now that we're not living like that, and I really do think it's because of this routine has made us not live like that, which is great. And at the end of the day, if we absolutely need any money, we have our savings in cash straight away, which is very handy, because obviously technology fails and breaks down. We've all seen it in the news, it's happened, and it doesn't affect it. Well, it does affect us, obviously, but again, if anything is needed, we always have cash, which is just such a great feeling. But this is a very long chatty video, so before I keep rambling and refilm all of this all over again, I'm gonna call this quits here. If you have any questions about finances, budgets, whatever, I'm fine. I'm open with talking about money and finances. It doesn't bother me. I did forget to say one thing. Another big financial thing for this year is normally when we do our camp trips, it's like a night, 2 nights, 3 nights, 4 nights I think is the max. We are planning to spend a whole week at Rapid Bay in May, like Monday to Sunday week. So that will cost a little bit money, and specifically in May. So obviously leading up towards then, whatever goal, which might be the TV, it might even be the puppy by that point. Who knows? We might already have our TV. That's kind of crazy. Actually, we probably would. Realistically, we probably would already have definitely the fridge, have the TV, might be saving up for the puppy. So that will be paused. So obviously, our focus will be then for the Rapid Bay trip. And then once we're back, we'll resume with our saving goal. I don't know. I just thought that might be important to know if anyone's curious. So just because we're saving for said goal doesn't mean if we're saving for that, we can't do anything else. We can still do other things. And again, we just communicate. We're always open. If sometimes we're just saving and one of us is just like, I just want $500 to spend, which happened last year, both of us at 2 different points, like a point each, because we were just saving so much. And it's like, it does suck working and getting paid, and then that money goes and you don't physically have anything to show what you want. It does kind of suck. So it's like, if you want money to spend, have money to spend. Like, we're so open, and it's just, I don't know, it just works so well for us. But that's just us. But thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you did enjoy and had some, I don't know, inspiration to budget or to get into a money routine. It's definitely not spoken about enough, I believe, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, any questions, let me know and I'll try my best to answer them, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.